Hello, and I would like to introduce myself. My name is Nicole R Dudley. I am a minister, I am a trauma and recovery coach, and I want to talk to you all on today about wholeness before a husband. So, as a trauma and recovery coach, I counsel a lot of women who have gone through trauma in past relationships. And one thing that the Lord has shifted me into in this season is helping single women heal. And so we're going to talk about wholeness before a husband. All right. So, first of all, I have some notes here. So, if you have a pen and paper, get ready to take some notes. So, let's start off by saying, what does it mean to be our sister's keeper? Because the theme of this Everyday Woman series is my sister's keeper. So, what it means to be your sister's keeper is to know that you are responsible. Like you have this sense of responsibility to help them, to encourage them, to build them, and to equip them so that they can be everything that the Lord has called them to be. And so that's what it means to be your sister's keeper. And I am truly my sister's keeper. I am going to give you every tool that I know, every strategy to help you heal. All right, so let's get into it a little further. So, like I said, my topic is wholeness before a husband. So, what does it mean to be made whole? What it means to be made whole is where there's nothing missing and where there's nothing lacking. And so, as a single, you may have been in previous relationships with different men, and every time you entered that relationship and you exited that relationship, you gave a part of yourself away to them. And so now you find yourself in this single season and you're confused because you're trying to figure out who you are. And it's hard to figure out who you are because you gave so many pieces of your heart to so many other people. And so before you can even attempt to think about marriage or a husband, you need to go get those pieces of your heart back and be made whole. So I have 5 tips that I want to share with you on today. And tip number 1 is, in this season of singleness, like I said before, to take back your heart. To go back and get those pieces of you that you have given away. So that may be some deep inner healing that you may have to go through. And that is okay, because if you need a trauma and recovery coach, I'm your girl and I can help walk you through that. So the second step is I want you to discover who you are outside of a relationship. Outside of a man, who are you? What are your likes? What are your dislikes? What are your favorite things to do that has nothing at all to do with a man? Ask yourself that, because if I can be honest, for me, I had to go through a season of unlearning and rediscovery. I had to discover, Nicole, who are you outside of a relationship? What do you like to do by yourself? Are you even comfortable being by yourself? You know, are you comfortable with taking yourself out to dinner, taking yourself out on a date, getting to love you? Do you know who you are? So, yes, I want you to discover who you are outside of a relationship. That is very important. Number 3, I want you to create boundaries and standards for your life. Because when you begin to spend more time with you and you begin to heal and learn who you are, you realize that a lot of the things you put up with before, you don't want to put up with those now. So you create boundaries. And not only that do you create boundaries, but you create standards. So this is the standard that I'm setting for my life. I'm not going to accept anything less. And those things come with time as you spend time with yourself. Because the Nicole that you see today is not the Nicole that I was 5 years ago. I had to take time away to heal and to discover who I am as a woman and to create those boundaries and those standards. So when a man does approach me now, you can't come at me with the same lines that they did in the past, because I've now created boundaries and a standard for me as a woman. So make sure you all are writing these down. These are some good nuggets. So number 4, I want you to treat others or teach others how to treat you. So if you want to be treated with respect, teach them how to treat you. Don't allow anyone to manipulate you, to run over you, to talk down to you, because you spent that time alone and by yourself and you've gotten to know yourself. No, you teach them how to treat you. No, this is how I want to be treated. This is how I deserve to be treated, and I'm not taking anything less. All right. And number 5, which is the most important, and that I'll tell all of my clients, it's important to understand that healing never stops. So on this single journey, you may mature, you may go through all 4 of the steps that I told you, and you still may discover some things about you that need to be healed, and that's okay. Because for every level that you evolve in, you find another thing that you need to heal from. But the one thing I will tell you is that the healing in the beginning has paved the way for the healing now. So it'll be easier to deal with those things because you first tackled, I guess you could say, the hardest part, which is ripping off the Band-Aid. So because you've ripped off the Band-Aid in the beginning, now it makes things easier. So I hope that makes sense to you, because I'm trying to explain it the way Holy Spirit gave it to me. But healing never stops, and you have to be okay with the fact that it never stops. And I'll give you an example. In 2018, I went on my healing journey, and the things that I healed from back then prepared me for now. So the things that I'm dealing with now, and I'll just be transparent, it's healing in my emotions, not going from one extreme to the other, but being centered. And I'm able to heal from that and process that because of all the steps I've taken previously. All right, so I just wanted to encourage all of my singles to shift your focus. Don't look at your single season as if it's a bad thing. Focus on becoming whole before the Lord sends you a husband, because he's going to take 2 whole people and put them together. And you don't want to give your future spouse all of that baggage. So you want to heal from all of those things before bringing someone new. And so that is my TED Talk for the Everyday Woman series. And I pray that it blesses you, because I can guarantee you that it blessed me. So thank you for listening.